Welcome to my childhood bedroom. Hi guys, so today we are back at my nan's house again. I'm going to be doing a big transformation in this room right here, which is currently a guest room, but deep down it's always going to be my bedroom. Obviously this makeover is very special to me and it's about time because this room has been through many transformations in its past. Most notably when it had lilac walls and Blink 182 and New Found Glory posters all over it. That was its peak time. A few years ago I came in and I gave this room a big makeover. It really deserved it. We got rid of the old, stained, horrible carpet and I sanded back all of the floors. This took such a long time. It was a labor of love, but I'm so pleased that we did it. I painted all the walls to freshen them up and we went for this powdery pink color, and you would think that would be my choice, but actually it was my nan who suggested it. So here we are in a nice pink room, and I did a lot to make the room feel a lot more cozy and homely, and it looked great. A lot of these things are still in great condition, the pink walls, the flooring, but unfortunately over the years as I've moved to and from this house, to my house, to London, to South Korea and back again, this became a little bit of a dumping ground, not just for my things but for things belonging to other members of the family. So I did have to come in a few months ago and give it a good declutter. I'm going to consider these the before photos because we're going to carry on from this video and finalize this room today, but this is what it looked like before I did all of that hard work. We decluttered, we cleaned, we organized. I even stuffed all of my Christmas decorations secretly into the wardrobe in the corner, and I got it looking a lot nicer so that my nan could have guests come and stay during the summer, but I didn't have enough time to finish it, and that is what we're doing today. My nan is currently on holiday, so we're going to surprise her by finalizing this bedroom, and I'm so excited to show her how it turns out. So let's flash back to a few days ago and I'll show you where this began. If you guys saw the video that I posted earlier in the year decluttering this bedroom, you'll know that I tried to tidy it up a little bit, and I did start the project with the headboard. I covered it in this blue fabric that my nan had, but we couldn't find the legs and nothing was going right, so I just did my best for the time being. But coming back to work on this project, I realized that the blue color is not what I wanted for the final result, and there's too many layers of fabric, so it's really bunching up around those corners. So I wanted to start this over again and do it fresh. We're nearly done unpicking the blue fabric and the white fabric that was underneath it. I'm going to use this blue fabric for something else. I don't want to waste it, but I think it's going to turn out better without so many layers of fabric. We managed to remove all the fabric, but I did leave the wadding on the headboard because it was in perfect condition, and we're using this deep purple fabric that I actually used on my headboard recently. I had enough to do this one too. We did finally locate the legs that were missing for this headboard, so we were able to go ahead and put those back in place, and now we have the really difficult chore of moving everything around. This is the worst part of any makeover. I am so grateful that I get to do these things for my nan because she has done so very much for me over the years, and I wanted to surprise her with a little special something that she has been asking for a long time now. Before she went on holiday, she actually reminded me that she'd really like one of these and she has no idea it's being installed. by yours truly. Today's video is very kindly being sponsored by DoorBird, who have supplied us with this incredible doorbell system that my nan is going to love. She hasn't had a working doorbell for, I feel like, a good 2 decades. It's been a long time. Anytime she wants to receive a package, she has a little post-it up in the window saying, "Please knock loudly, I am profoundly deaf." Oh, she's ridiculous, but it's time. We're gonna get her doorbell sorted today, so I'm very grateful that DoorBird are working with me on today's video. Let me show you where this all began.
We started by turning off the power, and then I was able to remove the old doorbell really easily, and now we're going to fit the beautiful new one, which is this gorgeous brass color. DoorBird have a wide array of different colors and finishes for their doorbells, and I thought this one would look really gorgeous on my nan's conservatory. I was a little worried that I wouldn't be able to do the wiring myself, but it was so easy with the instructions and the online support from DoorBird, and here we are. I installed it really quickly. I installed the video monitor and the chime onto the kitchen wall so Nan can access it easily, but DoorBird were very kind to include this kickstand that we can use if she wants to take her monitor all around the house with her.
Hello.
Can you let me in?
Okay. What do you think of your new DoorBird doorbell?
It's absolutely fantastic. As you know, I had trouble hearing the doorbell in the past. This has made it absolutely foolproof as far as I'm concerned.
We've cranked the volume all the way up.
But the fact that I can actually access it on my phone makes a huge difference, because no matter where in the house I am, I can actually hear the doorbell. Whereas before, if I wasn't almost sitting next to it.
A massive thank you to DoorBird for working with me on today's video. If you would like to check them out, I'm going to leave them linked in the description box down below. It means the world to me that I can work with brands that can help my nan make her life a little bit more easy day to day. So thank you. Anyway, let's jump back in. I've got a lot more to do in this bedroom. The next thing we're going to look at is the bedside table situation. So basically, these little chest of drawers used to belong to my mum. My mum loved them so very much. I don't have the space for them, and Nan doesn't like them. She wanted to give them to the charity shop. But I know that the reason she doesn't like them is because they've got this weird aluminium veneer going on and it's peeling off. They're looking a bit shabby. I think my mum probably had them for like a couple of decades. I'm a bit of a sentimental person and I don't want to get rid of them. So I thought, let's try and upcycle them and turn them into something that I think my nan will really like, and then she'll want to keep them as well. Would my mum have been upset that I'm ripping the veneer off her drawers? I hope not. I hope she would be very pleased that I'm giving them a new lease of life. It kind of makes me sad, but I just want to keep her memory going, but still not just keep stuff for the sake of keeping it. So let's see what we can do with them. So the veneer comes off of these pieces really easily, and I actually did one of them yesterday to see how long it would take me and if it's possible. It is possible. This is what it looks like when I've taken all of the veneer off. And underneath, in some places, it looked really promising. I thought maybe we could have some wooden side tables, but unfortunately, because the wood is very thin, it's been bent into place. There's lots of little holes where it's been tacked, and there is chipboard showing. Like, these pieces were never intended to have the veneer taken off, essentially. So I think that the only option that we have is to paint them. So let's get them prepped and see what we can do.
Of course, my little helpers are here to oversee the process of everything that's going on. They're not very helpful, but they are giving me a lot of moral support, which I really needed because this project was a labor of love and it was very frustrating at some points. After removing all of the foil, we were left with loads of glue all over the wood, and I tried many different ways to get rid of this, but it did not want to come off.
So I realized pretty quickly that this is a no-go and it's just not going to look good. We did our best to scrape off all of the glue from the unit, but Even then, we couldn't get all of it off. We used flathead screwdrivers, scrapers. I even used my sander, which I think was just melting the glue and making it worse. And I really want to salvage these because they're very special. So I had this idea that may or may not work. Wallpaper. We ran to the range and I picked a pretty nondescript looking thick textured wallpaper to cover these drawers with. I wanted to go with something that's going to match the color of the drawers because I don't want to take attention away from the painting that we're going to have above the bed. I did see a few cool patterned prints, but I just think it's going to look too busy for my nan's taste, so I thought we'd go with something neutral. I think she'll like this. I'm really hoping this is going to work. I've actually never used a wallpaper with paste before. After all my time on this channel, I haven't done it. So we're gonna try today and see how it works out.
I'm so glad I applied the wallpaper because I think it single-handedly saved this project. I was getting so frustrated. I didn't know what to do with these pieces. They're so sentimental. I really didn't want to get rid of them, but nothing was working out. And the wallpaper came through and saved the day. Another problem I had is that I couldn't actually remove the drawer pulls. The faceplate of the drawer was many layers of wood and the fixtures were sandwiched somewhere between them, so unless I wanted to take apart all of the drawers and make a horrible mess, I wouldn't be able to change the handles, which I think is such a shame because it could have elevated these a little bit more, but I think all in all they turned out okay.
Hi guys, update on the situation with the drawers. I've wallpapered all of the sides, the top and the fronts. Anything that's a flat enough surface, I've done. I didn't do like the small sections in between the drawers and the bits down the side. I thought that those would be quite likely to peel off after a short period of time. So I thought the bigger the surface area, the better. So that's just what we've stuck with. Upon reflection, this looks really nice on the roll, but if you look at it, it's very streaky looking, and the more of it that's in one area, the more it just looks like stripy. Not really what I was going for. I think it's a little bit overkill, so I've decided that at least with the drawer fronts, I'm going to paint those the same color as the rest of the unit so that it's a little bit more uniform on the front when you just straight look at it. I don't hate this, just it wasn't the vision I had in mind. I'm going to finish these up off camera, and then once I'm done with that, I think we can go ahead and style the bedroom.
I've been using my sewing machine a lot more recently, so of course I had to make this beautiful ruffle pillow for my nan. Here are the dimensions on screen if you want to make this for yourself. It's very simple and easy to make. I will say, even though it's very self-explanatory, hopefully the video does it justice. Unfortunately, I left my camera at my nan's house and I was filming this very late at night on my phone, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'll do my best to explain. Starting with the back panels, I pressed one side of each to create a hem, and then I ran this through my sewing machine with a regular straight stitch. These two panels will overlap in the back, giving us really easy access to the cushion insert, and they'll act as the closure. To create the ruffle, you'll need to take the diameter of your cushion and times this by about 3.5 and then cut your ruffle to size. This piece is going to be very long, but don't worry, this is a very easy project. Of course, I'm also going to press the seams here to make this much easier to work with and to give it a really crisp finish. The hack to create these ruffles is very easy, so I start by taking my tension on my sewing machine and turning that to 9 and the length of my stitch to 4. With my piece of fabric folded all the way down the middle and pressed, I'm taking the two open sides and throwing these through the sewing machine. But the trick is I'm pulling on the thread at the top here, and that is creating the ruffle. As you can see here, the fabric bunches up and at the other end comes out a very beautiful ruffle because we've really increased the tension on the thread. This is what it looks like, so I'm pinning it to the front panel all the way around and then I sewed it together. Unfortunately, I'm missing the clips of me sewing it together, but as you can see here, it's very simple. I just sewed along all 4 sides and then we have something that looks a little bit like this. Now I have to put the ruffle back in its place because we're going to sew the back panels on right sides in, one over the top of the other to create that opening. And once again, I'm throwing this through the sewing machine, going along all 4 sides with a straight stitch, and we are complete. This is the ruffle pillow, so easy to make, and I think it makes a huge statement on the bed.
Hey guys, we're back. It's the final day. I have to get this whole place styled. I've brought some stuff from my house, some stuff that I've picked specifically for Nan, and some stuff that I found around her house. And we're gonna get this show on the road, so let's see what we can do.
For the styling, I'm starting by adding this painting that I found downstairs. I'm pretty sure my uncle painted this, so it's nice that it's got a home back up on the wall. We're adding some fresh sheets and styling with a few items that I found around my Nan's house and a couple of things from my house. Let's see how this all comes together.
Okay guys, I think we're at a very good point where I can finally show you what the room is looking like. Here is a reminder of what it looked like when it was very cluttered a few months ago. It just really needs a lot of love and quite a bit of time funneled into it, but I think we've managed to deliver on the love and the time that this room really needed. So, drum roll please. Worst drum roll ever. Here is what the bedroom is looking like today. Oh, it looks so good, and I'm actually very excited to come here and stay as a guest myself one day. It looks very plush and cozy, feels kind of like a hotel, but still like home. I made sure to decorate with lots of family photos that my Nan really cherishes. She's got them everywhere, so I had to put them in here too. And then we have my mum's bedside tables, which are so very sentimental to me. I'll be honest, they didn't turn out how I had hoped. I had this grand idea that they'd look great, but I guess that tinfoil stuff that was covering them for a reason. But it's okay, because although this wasn't the most perfect DIY, it gave me some time to reflect and to put some love into something that my mum used to love, and that is the most important thing. Even though they're not perfect, they're here, and I gave them a new lease of life. But yes, this is the bedroom. I think it looks great. I'm very happy with it. Of course, I gotta see what the boss thinks. So here is her reaction.
Oh, really? Oh, they're the cabinets.
Those are the cabinets.
Oh, they look so different. You changed the top.
Changed the headboard, but I've kept the fabric so we can use it.
That's absolutely fantastic.
I made you this as a ruffle pillow.
Oh, you made that yourself?
I did.
Clever girl. Oh, we knew you were clever.
Ah,
You're doubly clever now.
happy with it.
Well, what do you think?
Ah.
What do you think? Seriously.
Remember what it looked like when we first moved back?
Oh, I do. I do. You couldn't move in the room. It's absolutely lovely, darling. Thank you. I know Hayley had a big hand in it as well.
No,
It was all her.
It was Hayley. She helped me move all the furniture.
Once again, I want to say a big thank you to DoorBird for sponsoring today's video and making my nan's home a little bit more accessible. I'm going to leave them linked in the description below if you'd like to check them out for yourselves. And with that being said, I guess it's time to wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great week. Do let me know if you think there's anything else I can do to these bedside drawers. I want to keep them. I think they could be perfected. But I don't know, maybe they just have to be a little shabby chic. If you've got any tips, please let me know in the comments. And as always, have a great week. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.